back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Sydney, aka a Shawty that reads. Please make sure to like, comment, and definitely subscribe so you don't miss out on future literary content. Let's get into the video. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing Sing, Unburied, Sing by Jesmyn Ward. I absolutely loved this book. It was recommended to me by a friend because she said she heard it was a quick, easy read and it was a really great novel. I didn't really know too much about it other than that. So I started reading it, and you guys, it's so easy to read because it's so poetic and lyrical, and the author just definitely takes you on a journey with her words and through the characters, where you just be going through it like it's nothing. So you can definitely read this in a day or two. I took 2 days because I'm one of those people that doesn't want shit to end, so I just start reading real slow towards the end of certain books. But this book was great. In a nutshell, it's about generational trauma and how it is affecting the characters that we're reading about in the book. So we're seeing a biracial family. The main characters would be Jojo and Kayla. So those are the children in the story. Jojo's 13, Kayla is 3. So they are the biracial children of their mother, Leonie, who isn't the best mother. She's not the best fit, you could say. She just wasn't ready to be a mom, and she struggles from drug abuse, and she has this like really abusive love-hate relationship with her baby daddy, Michael, and then also experiences racism from his parents because although Michael may not be racist, his parents definitely are. And then we have Mam and Pop. So those are going to be Jojo and Kayla's grandparents, Leonie's parents, and they do most of the raising of the kids because Leonie is not around to really be much of a mother because she is too busy getting high. So when we first meet the characters, we're getting everything from Jojo's perspective. So I'll show you guys at the beginning of each chapter, there's a character's name. So for a minute, we're getting Jojo's perspective only, and then that's how you kind of find out what he thinks about Leonie. He doesn't even call her mom. He calls her by her first name. So you see off top the lack of respect that he has for her, and you understand why, because of how she is and how she treats him. Like, she definitely chooses Michael or the drugs over her kids. So because of that, Jojo has to become a parent to Kayla, but he definitely doesn't resent that at all. He's a great older brother, and I definitely want to applaud the author for writing that in there, because throughout the book, you are going to see like the degradation of the Black body, because there are a lot of themes connected to slavery in the book. So I like how she took two children who are so innocent and she wrote about their bodies in a way that celebrates the Black body, where you see the Black body as a place of protection, as a place of love. So to give you guys an example, one of the many ways she writes about Jojo and Kayla and how they interact can be seen on page 151. It says, "They sleep as one. Michaela wraps herself around Jojo, her head on his armpit, her arm over his chest, her leg over his stomach. Jojo pulls her into him, his forearm curled under her head and around her neck, his other arm a bar across them both to lay flat against her back. His hand hard in protection, stiff as siding, but their faces make me feel two ways at once. Their faces turn toward each other, sleep smooth to an infant's fatness, so soft and open that I want to leave them asleep so they can feel what they will." So that's just one example of how when Jojo and Kayla sleep, they're always wrapped around each other. Or when they explain how Kayla holds on to him, it's like she curls around her brother. So I really like how beautiful and sweet and innocent she makes that, just to show, you know, the Black body in a different light. Because although slavery was a real thing and terrible, terrible things happened to the Black body, there are other, you know, beautiful things to be celebrated. So I really liked that about Jojo and Kayla's relationship. However, once you're done with Jojo's perspective, then you go back and forth between his perspective and Leonie's perspective. So I wasn't expecting that. I was reading through and then I see her name on the top and I'm like, oh, I don't want her perspective, you know, but yeah, everyone Everyone has, you know, a story. There's two sides to every story. And not to excuse Leonie being, you know, a distant mom or an avoidant mother, but she's gone through a lot. You find out that her brother Given was outright murdered by one of Michael's cousins, actually by her baby daddy's cousin, before they were together. So it was a racist crime. It was labeled as a hunting accident because the one who, or the boy who killed him, had like connections to the sheriff, so he just got away with it, which is terrible and awful. And now Leonie has to live with that. Her parents have to live with that. But the ghost part of the story comes in when you find out as audience that whenever Leonie gets high, she sees her brother Given, like she sees his ghost, and he's not able to communicate with her, but she, you know, she gets high with her friend, and then she'll look over and she's like, oh my God. And it only started happening once her baby daddy Michael went to prison. So during this whole time, as we're reading, Michael is in prison, and then Leonie gets a phone call that he's getting out. So I feel like that's kind of when this story really starts. You're kind of getting to know the characters, you're getting to understand their traumas, and then they go on this road trip. But the road trip is really just, you know, a setting for a bigger story, you know. But on the road trip, Leonie takes Jojo and Kayla against their will. They really don't want to go pick their daddy up from prison, but Leonie's like, I have to have this perfect family. Like, I need to show people that, like, I am a good mom, and like my kids are going to come and we're going to pick up their dad and it's all going to be great. Unfortunately, that's not really the case. And on the way, I don't want to say too much because, like I said, it's a quick read, and I want you guys to get all of it. And sorry, quick side note, just because it's a quick read does not mean that it lacks depth. As you can see, there's like a lot of things going on. So, you know, on the way, on the road trip, a lot of things happen that makes Jojo grow up a lot. And really realize, like, okay, this is what my mom is like. Like, these are the things that she gets herself into, as well as his father, Michael. So when you meet Jojo in the beginning, his first quote that you see, or the first line that he starts off with, is I think I like to know what death is. I like to think that I could look straight at it. And I think this road trip is kind of like his coming of age. Like, he couldn't really do that before, but now he can because of what he's experienced. So once they get to prison and pick up Michael, he's not the only inmate that gets in the car. Okay, so there is another ghost introduced at this point that is now connected to Jojo, and only Jojo can see him. And there's kind of a little bit of a sense that Kayla can see him too, but she's a toddler, so she's just saying stuff, and Jojo's like not really getting it. But this is where things get really interesting, and this is where I'm gonna kind of leave it because I don't want to give too much away. But Jojo can see this ghost that's not really connected to him in a way that Given is connected to Leonie. But this ghost is the ghost of a boy that he's heard about from his pop, from stories that he's told him. So you can kind of see how all the characters connect in different ways, and they're all kind of on the same journey, and they definitely, all of them, have suffered from generational trauma. And the end of this road trip is kind of like the end of their suffering, I guess, because in their own way, they're all suffering from their own circumstances, and then they go on this road trip, and now they kind of can't escape the things that they are trying to force down. Like, Leonie's trying to force down her pain with drugs, but she still sees Given anyway. Jojo has a very fraught relationship with Leonie, with both of his parents, and is kind of feeling confused and doesn't know who to look up to, and then the ghost that he sees kind of forces him out of that. But I like how the author gives each character their own autonomy, and you know, they have to come to these decisions on their own. They just get a little prompting from these ghosts. So all in all, this book is a road novel. It's a ghost story. I kind of see it as a coming of age. I see it as an ode to all the Black bodies that have been lost due to racism and misplaced hate. It's just absolutely amazing, you guys. Per usual, I will leave a link to this down below so you guys can purchase it and read it if you'd like. Also, before I go, next Shawty's book club is going to be next week, February 25th at 7:30 via IG Live. We are reading the Book of Secrets, Unlocking the Hidden Dimensions of Your Life by Deepak Chopra. If you are not able to make it to the IG Live for any reason, do not worry because I saved that on my Instagram. If you are not following me on my Instagram, please go do so. And then I also come on here and do like an overview of what was talked about in book club. So there are many ways to, get access to what is discussed. I will also leave a link to this book down below as well. And just so you guys know, I own an online bookstore called Purple Skies Bookstore. This is a book that you can purchase from my website. And then I haven't showed you guys yet, but this is the free bookmark that you get with every purchase. Hello, she is so cute. So yeah, just a little self-promotion there, so you guys know what's going on over on Shawtyreads and with the book club and with the bookstore. Per usual, you guys, breathe easy, drink your sea moss. I'm brewing some up right now as we speak. Have a lovely rest of your day.